Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This Let's Make video. And what we're going to make today is we are going to make one of these really fun little boxes here. I was having a ball just dinging around making some fun little table decor pieces. I actually started out making these cute little bows right here. These are inspired from a Tonic Studios hat box. And I just love the bow on the top of the hat box. So I made my own little version, threw a little cabochon in there and thought they came out super cute. And then I was like, what could we put these on? They are darling. So I made a gift box and I was like, man, this is really pretty, but it's kind of boring. I was like, how could we amp it up? And so I ended up cutting holes out of the sides so you could see through it and dangling some ornaments from the roof, the interior roof of the lid, and like so. And that way you could see the ornaments in all the windows all the way around the box. And then I threw some little this is a little green peat moss, some flowers, added some trimmed out the windows, and just thought this came out so stinking cute. I got these sweet little baubles from Hobby Lobby. They're tiny little ornaments. They're half-inch little ornaments. They come in a box of these are 36 pieces, shatterproof, $12.99, but they were on sale. I think they were only like $5 or $6. They weren't very much. And they came in like a whole bunch of colors. And each box has like 4 different styles of bulbs in there. And so they just turned out so stinking cute. Adorned them, hung them from some, this great little gold thin cording. This is 16th inch, 2mm gold cording. I got that roll off of Amazon and then added an Anna Griffin small bow to the top of the little where I hung them from, and thought this just came out super cute. The other cool thing about it is it also has lights. So there's a little I added a little light box back here. These are like Tim Holtz style little light boxes, and I just hot glued the lights all around the interior and thought that just came out so stinking cute and added a really fun, festive little touch to the boxes. So after I got this done, I was like, I wonder if we could just make this all out of paper. Like, right? Isn't that the cutest thing ever and so blingy? That is just darling, right? And it's like you can see it from all the way around. So then I made this one with the Anna Griffin. So this paper, the bow is out of Anna Griffin paper. The box is out of some Michaels paper, and one of the older Christmas collections. And so then this is out of the Anna Griffin 300 GSM, because this was just kind of a practice mock-up version. I wasn't really sure where I was going with it. And so then I made this out of the Christmas cardstock, the Anna Griffin Christmas cardstock with the ornaments there. Added the lights, same thing. And then watch this. Oh my gosh, this turned out so darling. Oh my good night. And then look at that with the Anna Griffin ornaments in there. I actually swapped out the peat moss to make it a little bit more Christmassy with some little berry garland and some little pine wire ties to kind of give a faux pine branch garland feel to it. And I thought this just came out so stinking cute, and all the little ornaments like dangle. So then I just made the bow to where it was just out of the paper loops, because I wanted to see how much I could keep out of paper and get it to look really cute. And I thought that actually did the trick. So this sitting on the table all the way around looks really stinking fun. And just love that the added lights add ambiance and just flair. It just makes it super, super fun. So I thought we would recreate this version here with a different theme, I guess. I was going to go for, instead of Christmas, because Christmas is just in a few days, I was like, well, we could actually do it for New Year's, because you could definitely use this as a decor piece that was New Year's themed instead. So I thought, wouldn't that be fun to do this in a black and gold version with the lights and things, and thought this would be pretty easy to recreate as well. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And if you already like what you see here and you want to see the New Year's one, zoom to the end or hang out as we take the task on and create that box. And I think it's going to be pretty fun. And I think it's actually going to be really simple too, because I was going to keep it super simple to make it easy. So for those of you that are, maybe you got all your Christmas chores done, little Christmas things crossed off your list, and you're kind of bored and you want something to do, this is something fun you could recreate. It's all out of paper. If you have any ornament dies or any tiny ornaments, you could make this and it would be really easy, whether it's all out of paper or you add your own like little flowers or baubles or little gemstone pieces or whatnot, and going to be very beautiful no matter what. And I think for me, it's the bow on the top. I cannot get enough of the bow. It's so stinking cute, that bow. So I had to do something with it. It's just absolutely adorable. So basically to make the, let me turn these off so I don't wear down the lights. So I don't wear down the lights. I'm just going to turn those off. And to make the funny thing is to make the New Year's one, we're going to and this is that's what the top looks like. It's just a little die cut I glued all the little cording to, and then it just hangs like that. It's like really simple and fun. And the same with this one too. Is the same too. So it's like totally decorated and stuff. It's like that. So same thing. And just really easy. And but to make the New Year's one, we're actually going to use Halloween paper. It'll be really fun. So let's see. I've got so we're going to go with, I have some black 12 by 12 cardstock. I have these, so I just grabbed out a piece of that. We're going to use this as the base. I grabbed out these couple of Halloween cardstocks. This is the back of that one, and this is the back of this one. And you can't even tell, in all reality, that it's even Halloween. But let me tell you what the name of that is really quickly. It is, it's Halloween cardstock. That's the pack we're using. And so I ended up with, let's see. So yeah, so these are the two pieces. So now to make the base of our box there, you're going to need one piece of the black cardstock if you're going to follow along. Or if you're making your own, you need your base cardstock is going to be, actually let me move these aside so that way I don't ruin them. I don't want to ruin them. I am using them to decorate. So first off, you're going to need one that is, man, this got like all funkified. I wonder why that is like that. Okay, well, I think I can hide that. You're going to need one that is 6 by, let's see, you need it 6 inches by, the first one is 6 inches by 11. And then the second one is 6 inches by 12. And so the base of the box, those two need to be the same. So one is 6 by 11. And so let's get the nicest one. And you're covering up most of this anyhow. So I wouldn't even worry about it. So let's do this one. It's got a jinky corner. This will be the, so 6 by 12, and then this will be the 6 by 11. Okay. Like that. Oh, sorry if you guys aren't in frame. Oh, shoot. Okay, so those two will make up the base of the box. And so then the other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a For the bottom, you need one for the bottom, and you need two pieces to sandwich together to make for the bottom, and then you need one piece for the lid. So I was going to use this as the lid, and I'm going to use this as the bottom. So this for the lid, you need it to be 7 5/8 by 7 5/8. About yay. 7 5/8 by a little 7 5/8. That'll make your lid. And then you need, so we're done with that one. And so then the other piece for the bottom, you need it to be like just a skosh smaller than 5.5, because we're making a 5.5-inch box, 5.5 by 5.5. So you need it just a tiny bit less than 5.5. Just a tiny bit by 5.5. And you need 2 of those. So you can either cut another piece for this one, or you can use a generic cardstock since it is the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, so that's the bottom, that's the lid. These are, wait, so those, I need these are what I'm keeping. These 2 we're done with. But I think I'm going to save this and just get a black cardstock for the base, since I don't want to waste the pretty stuff since it is just on the bottom. And it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be anything super great. So just use cheap cardstock. Like, you could just use cheap cardstock for this as well. It doesn't have to be anything. This is actually really nice cardstock, but I was in a hurry, so I just snatched this one. So 5.5, just a hair smaller than 5.5. By a hair smaller than 5.5. Okay, so that's the bottom. Okay, and now what you need is your scoreboard. Like, right? This is like super simple. This is almost the whole box. But the other thing too that, and so what I've already done is too, just FYI, I have, I took these garlands and I spray painted them, and they are potent. Wow. These are wire garland ties. I got these from Target. You can get them Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Dollar Tree, Walmart, just about anywhere sells this wire garland tie. So I'm also going to, they're just a little 12-inch little tie. And I'm also going to get the gold. I have berry garland in gold, but that looks like this. There again, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, Target. I think I got that from Target though. And it's just a few dollars. They're not very expensive at all. So I spray painted these. They're actually almost dry. I just took them outside and spray painted them gold. And I just used this Krylon Premium Metallic Paint, 18 karat gold. And they're just really pretty. I think they're going to be super fun with the, to put on the inside with the cardstock. Won't that be lovely? Instead of the green, I think those will go way better. So that's what we're going to use there. But I just did that, and it says it dries in about 15 minutes. So I let it fumigate a little bit outside for a couple of minutes before I brought them in. But whoo, it's potent. If I get a little loopy, sorry. Yeah, whoo. Little fun. So now we just got to get our scoreboard. So now you just need your scoreboard. Really simple. So we'll just do these really fast. And then we also have to cut, we're going to have to cut our windows out as well. So let's see if we can get you at a better angle so I can get up to the table here. And what we're going to do is, this is the 11-inch one. And so on the 11-inch side, you're going to score on the 11-inch one, you're going to score at 5.5. On the 11, you're going to score at 5.5. And then you're going to flip it. And then you're going to either score at 5.5 or score at half. Just, you only need one side though. And this is always easier for me if I do it here. And then this is going to end up being a folding tab. For the bottom of the box. And these are the two sides. There we go there. And so then on the 12-inch one, on the 12-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. You're going to score at 6. Hold on. Yeah, at 6. And then you're going to score at 11.5 to give you a 1/2 inch tab. Okay. And then you're going to go onto the 6-inch side and you're going to score again at 5.5. And this is going to be the bottom. This is the bottom of the box. So if you have directional paper, you'll want to be aware of. So the one with no score line at the top, this is the top of the box. And the one with the 1/2 inch on the bottom, that's the bottom. The bottom, yeah. Okay, so there we go. And then on the lid, so this 7 5/8 by 7 5/8, you want to just score 1 inch all the way around. So an inch, 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 and an inch. There we go there. And that's it. And now we just cut, fold, yada yada. So the first thing you want to do is, I was trying to figure out how to make this go easier. Because what we have to do right now is we want to cut our windows out. We want to cut our windows out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this is the front, and this is the front, and I'm going to tape this one on top of this one in between the two 1/2 inch score lines. So that way we can get perfect placement for each of our squares. And we only have to run 2 passes. We don't have to line it up 4 times. We only have to line it up twice, which will be really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. And I'm just going to, hey. So let's go like this. And tape. And a little tape here. Like so. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. And then what we want to do is we want to line up our dies here. And the dies that I'm using to line up are, this is the the square card-centric compendium dies. These here, it comes with those there. And I'm going to use these here. But you only need the layering. You only need the one for the inside. So this is the largest decorative, and I'm going to use the inside layering one for that one. Oh, but whoops. So what you're going to do is you're going to line this up on this side. So there's a score line here and here. So you're going to line this up in the middle. And then you want to line this up to where it looks the best. And then you want to tape the inner square down. And the best is if you have used craft tape. Because then it shouldn't tear your paper, but we're putting a frame over it. So if it does, don't be too worried. Okay, there we go. And then take this one off. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and I'm just going to use my small plates and just kind of cheat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my the folded score line there right on the edge of my mat. I'm just going to line that score line up at the edge of my mat. And then put my top plate. Whoops. Let me grab my top plate first. So line this up on the edge of my mat, the score line on the edge of the mat, and then I'm going to line the edge of this top plate up on the edge of that score line. And that's so that it doesn't mar the paper. And then I'm going to run this through my Empress and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you get that, this is what you should have here. And the reason we turned these, oh yeah, see, so it's okay there. The reason we put this front side to front side is because the back side will get a little bit marred up. And so you want the least of that on the front. And so that's why we put them both pieces face up. But like right now you got 2 windows there. Now we can switch and we can do this side. And so you should end up with 2 pieces of cardstock here. That you could potentially use for something else. You don't need to pitch these. You could actually use them. Well, you can cut something out of this one, and this one you can use as like a layering or something. But there you go there. And so now let's grab this guy here and line it up. Oh, put this on the edge. And then line this up in the center. There's a score line here, remember? I think that looks pretty good there. And then tape this down in the center. Like, lined up really nice and pretty. Nice and even as you can get it. And then peel this outer one off. And pop your top cutting plate on the edge. And run that through. I'll be right back. Okay, and that's what this looks like. So we're done with these there again. And if you go slow, you can generally get these peeled off without too much. Oh, it peeled that one. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. And then this one will just pop right out, see? And then, so we're done with this one. And so now you can take these 2 apart. And hopefully it didn't. We'll just go really slow on this one. Oh, see? Not so bad. This is just a tab, so no big deal if it does. Like, it peeled it a little, but it's just the tab, so it's not a big deal. This one here, you would see, so you want to go gentle and slow. All right. Okay. Cool. There we go. Okay, that's our 2 pieces. Okay, and now we can adhere those together. And then what we want to do now is we need 4 frames. Okay, we don't need that. We need 4 frames. Wait, I gotta get rid of this tape. So this one is gonna go in half. I'm gonna try to line up the 2 edges and the top. Wait. The 2 edges and the top. So you want this to be on and this edge to be on as much as you can. And then press. Like so. And it's off just a hair. But it's going to be like this. They're not going to be close together. So it's just fine. And so then what you want to do is you want to fold this up here. This tab here you want to fold. We'll have to cut as well. So this is our tab. And so what you want to do on this one is you want to cut the emboss line up to the emboss line out on this one. Oops. And this makes putting it together easier. And then you want to cut off the corner up to the emboss line on each side of this one. Like that. So that's what this should look like. Pretty good. And then on this one, you want to, same thing, you want to fold this one in half. You want to meet up the top of the box and the edge of the box. Oh, this one, the paper on this one must be just a tad. So let's just line up the top. I'm just going to line up the top on this one. So that paper must have been a little bit larger than 12. just a touch larger than 12. Yeah, it's just a hair larger. Which is just fine. It just means that we'll have a bigger tab, a bigger adhesive tab on that side. Not a big deal at all. So then let's just fold these tabs now, like so. These are the ones on the side, like that. And then we're gonna do the bottom. Fold this one here all the way down. Like so. So far, so easy, right? Totally good. Okay, so let's fold this bottom one back down. And what we're going to do, we're going to cut the two outside small tabs off. So you can cut this at an angle. And this one you just want to cut right at the emboss line. Like that. So let's do the two outsides. This one the bottom one you could cut at a bit of an angle. And this one you want to cut straight and right at the score line there, the fold line. And then the middle one, you're going to cut up to the first line, and you can cut out just a hair. To go at an angle, just a hair on each of these. And that's just going to make it fold nicer. And so that's what you should look like. This should look like here. And easy peasy. Okay, so we're done with that. And now what we want to do is you want to grab some score tape. I'm going to use 1/4 inch. You could use glue as well if you want it to stay forever and ever. You could put glue on it. I'm going to flip this one over and I'm going to put score tape on each of my tabs here. And actually you can put score tape on all. And I'm going to put it towards the edge. The interior edge there. But you could actually put score tape right next to the fold, on all the way. And on these, you'll want it on both sides. On the bottom tabs, you want it on both sides of the score line. And that's because we have an inside and an outside panel. So flip this over and just on the bottom, add score tape there. Unless you're using glue, then obviously you don't want it yet on either one of those. You only want it on the side. Oh, whoops. And this one would actually be better if it was in the center. This one could be in the center. Okay, so that's that. And then on this one, you want to add on these bottom tabs here on both sides as well. And like I said, these could be in the center. They don't have to be at the edge. And it'll help catch the panels that we lay down. If it's more towards the center. Like so. Right? That's pretty easy enough. Pretty good. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and on the side flap, we're going to peel the score tape. And then we just want to make sure these are going the right way, bottom tabs on the bottom tabs. And you're just going to line up this edge with this line here. And make sure this line matches the top, and then hopefully this will line up with the bottom of that one. So right at the score line there. Just lightly press it and fold it and make sure that it looks really good. And if it looks good, press. You don't want to commit until you're like fully ready to accept it. At this point, you can have commitment issues. It's okay. But then commit. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to fold it over. And actually, if you fold it open like this and fold the two ends in like this, it's going to work out a little bit better for you. And you'll want to peel the score tape off, this inner one. Make sure this is lined up at the top, that this matches. And then once you get that all matched up, just fold this one over. And as you're doing it, make sure that this top lines up with the top as you're folding it on. But if it doesn't, don't commit. Just make sure it's lined up with the top. So everything is happy and nice. There we go. There we go. And then commit. Burnish it down really good. Press, press, press. Okay, and now you can get your box going and see what it looks like and how happy are you. Oh my gosh, this is looking amazing, right? And so at this point right now, what the easiest thing would be to do if you wanted to put frames on it, you could do that now. Anything you want to do to decorate the outside of it, like you could run trim around it. If you had some lace, if you had gold cording, whatever you want to do, I would do that now. I'm gonna cut some of these large gold frames out. I'm gonna do a gold frame, so I'm gonna put these two together on matte gold and create a frame, and that's what I'm actually gonna use to decorate the outside of my box. So let me cut 4 of these out in matte gold, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all my frames cut out. I glued on 3 of them, or, attached 3 of them. And so on the back of them, I just put 1/8 inch score tape, Sukwang score tape on them. And then all I do is I just take it and I line it up on the window. You could definitely use glue for this. You can use glue with scored tape. And you just want to line it up and make sure it's all nice and even all the way around. If you see a little bit of it, it's not that big of a deal. And then you just want to, if you use score tape, you really want to burnish it down well. That's how you get it to adhere and stick. But I do recommend, if you're trying to make a keepsake type of gift, or something like that, you want to use it next year, I would add some art glitter glue. Add some glue with it, liquid adhesive with it. And so then this is what you should have. Okay, so we are right? That looks pretty stinking fun and good. And so now we have these 4 little tabs down here. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and peel the inside score tape off of all the tabs on the inside. And then you want to fold those to where they create a 90. So they're flat on the inside. I'll show you. Hold on. And then all the corners are going to meet-ish. They're going to meet. Okay, so that's all the score tape. So then you're just folding them in like this. So it's like at a 90. They're flat towards the inside. Oh, like so, like this. Like this. You're going like this. And then you're going to flip it over on the table. And you're going to press the top down. And you want the inside to where you see all 4 of the flaps are sitting even and the box is sitting square on the table. And then what you want to do is that decorative layer that you cut that was 5.5 by 5.5, just a hair shy, that's where you want to put this. You're going to take and you're going to do your decorative side up. You're going to lay it on the edge, all the way on the edge, not on the score tape, on the edge. Down on the edge down there. And then you're going to make sure your whole box is laying flat on the table. And then you're just going to drop that panel in. And you're going to drop it in, hoping everybody's square. And then you're just going to press it down and burnish it into the score tape. So press it down. And then you should end up with something like that, right? You want to burnish it a little bit better than I just did. But we can do it a little bit more after we get the bottom on. So then you want to flip it over. And you want to peel all the score tape off of the bottom here. Like so. And this would have been nicer if I would have kept the score tape to the middle of the tab and not necessarily towards the outside. But that's okay. And so now I'm just going to actually put art glitter glue on this whole piece here. And it will make it to where the inside and the bottom piece, this plain one, black cardstock, that they'll become one and make a really nice, stiff, sturdy base. Oh, whoops. Don't get your sleeve in your art glitter glue. Okay, that looks sufficient. And then you're just going to line up And you do want to put it on the score tape because you're going to want to be able to shimmy this a bit. And you're just going to line it up on the bottom, making sure that you don't really want to see the edge of it. You want it to be towards the inside of it, like that. This is like what you're looking for the most part, but that actually looks really stinking good and nice. And so now you're just going to turn it over, and you're just going to use your bone folder, and you're just going to burnish the heck out of it on the inside. Go around the edges really good, and then go through the middle really good, and that is going to be just lovely and nice. Like that, right? You could turn it, do it at a different angle, making sure it's all the way to the corners. And then again, if you want, it's up to you how much you want to commit to this project. And there we go. And look at, like, isn't that looking really cool? Like, this is like, I think really looking very New Year's, right? Like New Year's Eve, so to speak. And I think it's going to be awesome. So there we go there. Like, that looks pretty good. Nice and sturdy. And so now you got your lid. So we need to make that fit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, I should go ahead and let's fold all the score lines. So that's going to be the fun inside, right? That'll be really cool. And you're just going to fold all the way around. And then we just have to do a tiny bit of cutting before we adhere the tabs. We have to make our tabs, rather. Okay, and so after you get folded all the way around, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the emboss line on all these tabs. So on this side, you're going to cut, you want to cut straight on the long one. You should cut straight and then cut at an angle on the tab. I didn't do that one properly, but that's okay. It'll be fine. It's just a decoration. So you want to cut straight on this side, this long piece, cut straight next to that line, and then cut in an angle on the tab portion. Just slightly. And you're just cutting that score line out. And then flip it all the way around, so you're running vertically with those score lines that you already cut out. So on the long side, you're going to cut straight. So to the right side on this left one, and then add an angle on the tab. Like so. And then on the right one over here, you're going to cut straight to the left side of the line. Up to that first emboss line. And then add an angle on the right side for the tab. Not too much. Just a little bit. Like so. Okay, and then now you want to flip it over. And you want to put adhesive on the top of all these tabs. I'm going to go ahead and use score tape. Just this little 1/4 inch. You could use whatever you have, though. Maybe like so. And be careful when if you are using a score tape, not to pull your tab off. I've done that a couple times. Got overzealous with the score tape, and there goes the tab. All right. Man, I'm not anywhere near ready for Christmas, but it's coming whether I like it or not. And I thought, let's just enjoy it. What gets done, and what doesn't, well, it'll be there next year. Literally. Oh, too fun. Are you guys ready? Did you end up eliminating some things you wanted to do? Or did you guys do it in a timely fashion and got everything crossed off the list? I decided not to make a list, and then I won't feel that bad. It wasn't on the list. I don't know. Okay, so now fold these long ones in, and then you want the top of this tab folded in to meet up with the top of this side. And this should meet up with this edge like that. And this one folds in, and this top, make sure the adhesive's all the way on the tab, should meet up with this top. And then that edge with that corner piece there, like that. And then you can burnish these down on the inside with your bone folder if you want. Might make it feel better to get it really stuck down. So push these two tabs in like this. And then you're going to line up that top with this top and this edge with that corner. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. It's just fun. You're just making this for fun. Something fun. Okay, I thought this would be like a really good way to give a gift card too, or make as a hostess gift. Wouldn't it be fun? Especially for those people you don't know, you don't see them that often, but they're super special. You know, maybe siblings or something like that. Good friends. Like, what are they into? Or sometimes people have everything that they want. They just buy it and you just don't know what to give them. You could give them, make them something cool, something fun, you know? You could do the Christmas version, or it could be a hostess gift. Right? Come on, right? That paper is just phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty sinking cool. Okay, so now what we could do from here is we could add some trim, and that's what I've been doing, adding this to here, which would be really cool and make it look finished at the top. We could actually leave this like this because this looks really cool. I think this would be super stellar if we added this because I love the texture. So let me turn my hot glue gun on. And then while the glue gun is heating up, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and, wait, do I want to do that? We could make the bow for the top. So to make the paper bow, what you're going to need is you're going to need 12 half-inch, 12-inch long strips to make the bow. So I think I want to go with, let's see. Oh, so I actually have, could I make it out of that? Or would that be too much? Would that be too much? Or should I go gold? I could do this on the top of gold. I'm going to do mine half and half. I think I'm going to do 12-inch strips of gold. I'm going to do four strips of gold and then 4 strips of this to go on top of the gold, I think is what I'm going to do. Yeah. So let me cut that. Let me cut 4 12-inch by half-inch strips out of this and 4 out of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my 8 half-inch by 12-inch strips, and normally I use a black marker, but these are black. So what I thought I'd do is on the back side, you want to mark them in half. You want to put a line at 6 inches, so I'm just going to use this little white gel pen, and I'm just going to mark each of these at 6, and it doesn't have to be exact, just right about ish. You could be very ishy on this. Not perfecto, not at all. And then I have a flower petal curler. And so this one can be then the black. I have a flower petal curler, and that's what I use, but you can use scissors to curl these. You just want to you want to help curl the paper in the direction that you want the bow to go. And then at the ends, about a quarter, half-inch-ish, 3/8, you want to put a little bend at the end of them. But I'll show you right now what I mean by that. So you want to mark them like that. And then take your flower petal curler or a pair of scissors, whatever you want to use. So this here, I turn it to where the paper that is the decorative that I want to use is on the bottom, and I put the curler on there, and then I just give it a little bit of a twist like this, and then just pull it through, and it curls it. And then what I do is on the end, I put a little bend like that in it. So then I flip it over, put it on the 6-inch mark, turn it, and then curl it, and then put a bend at the end. I don't measure it or anything other than the mark in the center, and then put a bend, and it goes pretty sinking quick. And then you're going to need and bend it out, right? Because that's what's going to help make the bow fluffy. And like that, and like so. And the paper curls a tad bit more than the foil does, but that's okay. This matte foil is going to be absolutely gorgeous. And you can make it even more fun if you wanted to like do the strips in the center smaller, and you don't have to do them at this size. You can see, you can make them all lengths. You can make them like different lengths to make different sizes of bows. So that's pretty cool as well. Ooh, that one got a little bit bendy. Oh, it bent the paper. Or like peeled the paper. You have to be careful because if you do it too rough, it'll peel the paper. I'll put that one towards the center-ish. So here, and then a little bend. Oops. Like that, and then a little bend. Especially some of the ones with the foil, we'll do that. And a little bend. A little bend. Yeah, see, not bad. And then you get these really lush bows. They're just so voluminous. I love the volume on these. They're fabulous. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to take your hot glue gun, which is perfect that it's on already. And what you're going to do is, being careful because it's hot, you're going to put just the tiniest dollop. That's like a big dollop. You're going to put a tiny dollop, and then you're going to take, and that little bent piece, you're going to line it up to the line. You're just going to meet it up to the line. You don't have to be very careful about the ones on the bottom, but the ones on the top you do, because you'll see them a little bit more than you will, obviously, the ones on the bottom. So let me grab, what was I going to get? Oh, glue stick. I was like, I'm running out of glue. Yeah. So you're just going to do that on all of these. You're just going to little hot glue. Just a tiny bit. Because you don't need a lot to make it stick. And put the flat piece down. And then give them just a little puff. Just give them a little bit of puff. To get the volume there. And not too much. Not too much. And voila. Beautiful. Beautiful little puffy bow curls. Aren't those terrific? Little bow loops. Those are fabulous, aren't they? And you get the sweetest bow for the top of your box. So even for just gifts in general, this is a really great bow to make for large gifts. It's so fabulous. And whether it's for, it doesn't matter like who you're giving it to. It's just a beautiful adornment for the top of a package or the side of a package. Very cool. And then you put a beautiful gift tag with it and like, voila. It looks like you spent $1 bazillion even on the wrapping. Right? Like, how stinking fun is that? And like, so simple. Yeah, these bows really, I love them. And they're simple. I mean, isn't this the easiest? This is not bad. And it's going pretty quick, too. Just 8 pieces. And generally these long pieces, 12-inch, you generally end up with a 2-inch by 12-inch long strip from cutting paper down for projects and stuff. So it's like a great way to use these up. Like, super nice. Yeah, I think I want to put the gold ones on the bottom too. I think I'm going to go gold on the bottom and then stack the black like that. I think it's going to be really cool. One of them I actually did 12. So it was 3 layers high, 3 stacks high. Cuz generally I call a stack a set of 4, like you're making a set of 4, and I did it 12 of these loops high, and it was so voluminous. It was like so beautiful. Okay, so now what you want to do is whatever it is you're going to start with, and the ugliest ones towards the bottom, obviously, right? So just a tiny dollop in the center, and the first 2 you're just going to cross and try to line up square in the center. Then you're going to put another tiny dollop, just the smallest amount. And then you're going to go diagonal. You're going to create a little diamond. And center to center, as much as you can, center to center. And then same with this one. You're going to line that one up square. The one you put on the diagonal, you're going to line it up square. And just a tiny dollop of glue, and then it will already be on the diagonal. You're lining up all those little squares. You made like a little square in the center, and that's what you're lining up, is that. Okay, so now I want to stack my black ones. Okay, and so this one's going to go on the angle as well, and you're just going to go for where it's open. So you're going to go here. Well, I'm actually going to go here because there's a space. I want to go at the space. So put a tiny dollop in the middle. If you don't feel comfortable with putting your glue gun down there, you can also you can also put the glue on the bottom of the loop. And so just twist it a little. A tiny bottom on the dollop, or a tiny dollop on the bottom of the loop, and then push it down in there. Like this, just a little bit. You just need a little bit. And then crisscross this one as well. In the center of the square still. We're trying to keep them nailed in the center of the square. Like that. See? Like, isn't that fun? Oh my, that's pretty cool. And then we're going to go on the bottom here. Just ever so slight, but don't touch the bottom. Jeez. We're going to go diagonal. And trying to line up the square to the square, right? And then this one will go this way. And like so. And then the very last one, we're going to do a little bit of a trick. And so this one is going to go this way. We're going to do a little bit of a trick on the last one here. And sometimes they don't meet all the way in the middle. Like, your goal is them to be so puffy that they meet up in the center. They puff up into the center. And if they do this, you're golden, right? Like, that is a beautiful bow, right? Like, look how pretty that is. That's like off the charts, right? That's so beautiful like that. And that's your goal, is that they puff up so much in the middle. But if you find that your loop ends up like it's open like this, what you can do is you can just put a little bit of glue down here and then hold them together, and then that will just look super voluminous and fluffy. Like, really fluffy like that. But right, oh my gosh, right? Doesn't that just make the gift? That's like the little gift box. That is so stinking fun. But I don't want to put this on just yet, because what I need to do now is I'm going to run that trim. I'm going to run this gold trim. And I just got this off of Amazon. It's no big deal. I think I smashed my bow. Try not to smash your bow. So I'm just going to hot glue this to the edge. And so what I'm going to do is just run a bead. So I'm going to pick what I want to see, though. Like, I would want one of these flat panel, the long one, where the cut edge is towards the outside, and I'm not actually, yeah, I'm not looking at the cut edge. So I think this is a good one to be the front. Yeah, I think that's a good front edge. So I'm going to turn it. I'm going to start at this back corner, since this is going to be towards the back. And I'm just going to run a bead of hot glue. All right, and I've been doing this, so I've made a few of these, so I'm just going to go for it. But I would suggest just going in little sections. If you haven't, practiced or anything, if you hadn't done anything like this. If you've put trim on, have at it, go for it, just get her done. But if you haven't put the, like, hot glue trim on, I would just do little sections of glue and just start slow. And then you'll get super brave, and you'll just be able to whip it out and just go to town on it, right? You'll be able to just zip along with your hot glue gun and professionalize these things and make them amazing, right? Yeah. Oh, but don't put your finger in it. Good night. That's a newbie trick if I've ever done that. Oh my goodness. Okay, but right, that is looking gorgeous on that black cardstock with that beautiful pattern. Yeah, just lovely. And so I'm just going to continue this basically all the way around, making it gorgeous. And as soon as I finish this up, well, good night. Maybe I'll have it done before I quit yapping my jaw. I think that's about what it's looking like. Hang on, bear with me 30 seconds here. And we'll get this done. There here we go. So then you're just going to cut it off at the end. If you didn't pre-trim it before. Sometimes I pre-trim it. It just kind of is depending on if I'm in the middle of a video or not. Yep, just push it down. If it's too high, just push it down towards the glue. And there you go, right? And that is gorgeous. Okay, so then just use your scissors and trim it off. And if it's a little bit frayy or something, you can always just add a touch of glue at the end and push it into it. So like this is a little bit, just the tiniest amount. And I would recommend a silicone something or other, so you don't get your, fingers in there touching it all and, burning yourself. Like so. And there we go. And that is not so bad. There, that's not so bad. And so then this is the front, right? And that's the side. That is going to be really nice. And I think it makes it look like the front of the box is like totally finished now. And look how beautiful that is, right? That is so pretty. Okay, so now that we got those done, what we want to do is we want to put our lighting in. Oh, wait, I need that. Let's put this on the back side. So we got to put the lighting in. And what I have for lighting is I bought this set of 12-pack of, let's see, Brown Town 12-pack Christmas lights, Bright Town lighting. They're just a sweet little tiny LED lights that come preloaded with batteries. They have a little battery piece. You just pull the tab out and then you can check them to make sure they all turn on. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to unwind them like so. I don't want to use up the batteries though. Especially because New Year's is a long way away. Well, it's like a week. Okay, so here we go. And then you're just going to untwirl these and just straighten them all out. Get them all straight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our garland. Okay, let me untwist these, get my garland and the berries. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my lights all untangled and all. And I've got my 2 gold garland wire ties. And then I was going to use this, but I think I actually like the pop of white on this. I think would be a little bit more festive. And so I'm going to use this one. And there again, Target, Joann's, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Yeah, any of those places. I believe I got this at Target though. Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect these two together. Just like take an inch and twist them around to each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pop this onto, start this on what I would think would be the front, and just twist it together a bit, and then just wrap it around. I'm just going to wrap it around my garland like this. It doesn't have to be covered in berries. You just want essence of, every now and again you see something fun, right? And I think that is going to be pretty good. So then you're just going to cut that off. I suggest using wire cutters because there is wire in there. And then what you want to do is you want to take and you want to wrap your lights around it, around that berry garland as well. And you want to leave about 5 inches of 5 inches of wire at the end is what you want to do. And so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and start here and just start wrapping it around. And just like I did the berry garland, but I need to use up, oh whoops, I need to make sure that whatever I do, I use it up, because there's no cutting this off. You can't make the light string shorter, so be sure to wrap accordingly, right? yeah, make sure you get lights all the way up around everybody. Everybody's happy, looking festive and nice, making sure they're even and good to go. Amazing and fluffy. And you could even go back the other way. Like, okay, well, we made it to the end, so let's twist it all back up to the end, right? Because I still have quite a ways to go here. To my 5 inches, right? Well, I'm done with that. That's kind of wily. And then we'll just twist this guy all up here, making sure everybody's happy like so. Come on, fella. And just like that. And then you might have to go back again, huh? Maybe we didn't do it very good wraps, and we have to do something like so. But you definitely want to make sure that you start, like, you get it all the way back to an end, so that way when you, so just to where you've got about 5.5 inches like that. Okay, so now we're back there, and now what you want to do is you want to you're gonna make sure you can get to your, pick your front side. You're gonna make sure you get to your on-off switch. Let's see if we, oh, we do like that. That looks pretty good. So then on the back of this, I'm gonna make it to where this is gonna go down the corner, and then this end is gonna start in the corner. And so I want to put score tape on the back of this. So I've got my 1/2 inch score tape here. And I'm not going to pull that tight because I don't want to bust up the connection. I don't want to break the connection, but I want to adhere that to the back so it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to do like that. But I also need it to be, the score tape to be a little bit thick. So I'm going to put another piece, on the top of it. On the top of that score tape. Like that. And that way, when I push on it, it'll adhere pretty good. So then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this to the corner so that this is as good as any. So I'm going to pop this in the back, this edge towards the edge here, and it's going to stick down just a tad, but I don't think that's, and I'm going to put this all the way in the center. I want to, in the center, not in the center, all the way in the corner. And this edge lined up with the top edge up here. And it's going to stick out the bottom, but it's okay. Don't worry about that. And then just press that on. Press it on really good. Right? Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's perfect, right? Okay. And so now what you need to do is you need to, oh, I think that's going to be just fine there. So what we need to do now is we need to make a square shape. So I'm just going to kind of ad-lib on the interior at the top up here, like a square shape. Something that will fit down in the box like so and look amazing. And so I think I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to test fit it and make sure that I can get my light wire all the way down towards the bottom. And if we have to wrap it so it stays down towards the corner, we'll just keep wrapping it up until it stays on the back corner back there. And it looks like it's wanting to give me just a bit of a fit. So we'll do like so. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to see like it's back down in the corner. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually hot glue this down. We're actually, all this is getting hot glued down in there. And isn't it going to look amazing? That is actually going to look really cool, right? So what I want to do is I want to twist this up to where it looks a little bit better. And this piece here also, I want it to look a little bit better than what it is. And like that. I think this is going to look better if it goes like that. Okay, so now I can kind of smoosh it all in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this up like that, and I'm going to run hot glue all around on the edge. And I'm just going to, I'm just going to like add, and this does not have to be like, I need it towards the edge. I definitely want it towards the edge. Oh, whoops. If it gets out towards the middle, I'm not going to worry about it. But now what I got to do is I got to push this down in and be careful because this is hot. And make it look nice. I'm just going to push it down, making it look as nice as possible. Right? Trying not to get my hands in the hot glue gun. Pushing it down in the hot glue though, so that way it stays. And you want it towards the outside. And that is so that you want it towards the outside, and that's so that way when you hang your ornaments in the center, it will not impede them dangling and stuff. And then look at that. Doesn't that look cool? So now we've got this, right? And look how neat that is. And then on the back, this is where the battery is. And you can't even see it, right? And then look at, right? That is pretty neat. It all glows down there. Like, that is pretty serious. That's fun. And then that's your little, I guess we should actually put that towards the front, so when you're looking at it from the front, it doesn't. So where do we want this? Like, what did we say? We said this way. We liked this one. No, we liked this one. You don't see the wire. Actually, we should make that the front so you don't see the wire. I don't think you did before on the other ones, but like, right? That's pretty cool. So let's turn that off now. There we go. And turn our other light back on. And, okay. So now what we have to do is we have to make our, so let's turn this off. We have to make our ornaments now for the inside. Oh, this is getting long. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the bauble set. Let's see. I'm going to take the bauble set. Oh my heavens, you guys. Why didn't you tell me it's getting forever? Sorry about that, guys. So I've got the Griffin bauble set, but use whatever ornaments you have. Okay? You do not have to use these. But I'm going to take, there's 5 ornaments in the bauble set. It's this one right here. Baubles and branches. Baubles and branches. It looks like it has all these beautiful ornaments in it. That set right there. I'm going to take in all the ornaments, the layering dies, all of these. I'm going to cut out in black. And then in black, shiny black. And then all the detail dies, I'm going to cut them all out in gold. In Anna Griffin matte gold and glitter. And just alternate them to make it really simple. And then what I'm going to do is I also have the bow. There's a bow die set. There's a bow die. I have a bow die set around here somewhere in this conglomeration. Hang on one second. Okay, so I have this bow die set here. This one, 3D beautiful bow dies. That set there comes with 2, 4, 6 dies. And then that's their examples there. Really a beautiful set. And I'm going to take this one and this one right here. And I'm going to cut 2 of each. And what I'm going to do is, because they're symmetrical, they'll be front, same, back. I'm going to cut 2 each for each of the dies. So, but I'm going to do this one 6 times and this one 4 times. And it'll give me 3 sets and 2 sets since there's only 5. And I'm going to do each of these in their, with their layering and their matching base die twice. So that way I can do it, they'll be decorated front and back is the idea. So I'll have this front and back. So let me do that and I'll be right back. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere it all together. So that way, because the video is getting really long. Sorry about that. So let me hurry up and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut out, and I also cut out this circle layering with the larger layering die, the intricate with the larger layering, out of the square card concentric compendium dies. I use these two to cut these two out, a black and a gold, a matte gold. And this is what we're going to end up hanging everything off of. And I don't want this to get marred up. So I'm going to put score tape on the back of it. Glue tends to like wrinkle the paper and show through. So I like it to try to keep it as nice as possible. And so I'm going to go ahead and just use score tape. This is just a decorative like medallion for the front of it anyhow. Everything actually technically hangs on the black. So we're just going to center this up, pop this on, and hang on. Okay, so then the other thing I have is, so I've got that. The other thing I have is this cording, this gold cording, 16th of an inch, a 2 millimeter gold cording, and I got all 5 of my ornaments made. I went ahead, I had already had the gold layering cut out, so I was like, oh my goodness, that'll save me so much time. So I went ahead and did that, and then this glossy black foil is in a Griffin as well, and so I just cut them all, made it super simple to hang these on the inside, and thought that's going to be pretty cool. And then cut all these out of the bows pairs, 5 bow pairs out of Anna Griffin matte gold, 2 of each for each one, so that way there's a front and a back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an ornament, and I this got a little bit funky, and I actually ran all these through with a Xyron on the back. I took the sheet of foil, ran it through my Xyron, and that way everything was already adhesive, and I wouldn't have to worry about glue getting on these, and it just made it quicker and nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take some hot glue, pop it just a tiny bit on the end of it, pop the cording at the end, pick a bow that I want to use on this one, and actually I think this one will be really fun, and then pop that on the top of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and we're going to pop the other layer on the back of that. And we're just going to line it up, making sure it's all nice and even and looking pretty on the back. And then you're just going to trim a length like 4 inches, maybe 4 inches, so you can adjust it. And I'm going to do that to all of them, and then I'll be right back. Okay, once you get that done, then we're on the home stretch now. We just have to adhere these to our little medallion that's going to be on the inside. So basically, you just want to take your longest one. You want to take your longest ornament, and you just want to make sure that you can use a ruler, and the height of our box is 5.5 inches, and you just want to take and make sure that your ornament doesn't hang more than I would say like 5.25. You don't really want it to be any longer than 5.25, and that's so there's enough space. I would say more like 5 inches. So there's enough space at the bottom of the box for them to dangle and they don't hit the bottom. And once you kind of figure out where that is, what you can do is you can take and put a bead of glue, on top of the cording, and then I just take a piece of Scotch tape, and just a little piece, and I put it right over the hot glue. And the reason I do that is because it will make it adhere faster. Like I can let that go now and move on to the next one. And so I'm just, now that I know where the and then I can even just double check this. by like ad-libbing it to the top of the box, and I can adjust it. So basically my lid's all the way down. I've got this sitting flat on the inside of the box, and it's dangling, and it looks, oh, whoops. It looks just perfect. It hits just perfectly. Whoops. If I could keep it, see, it hits just perfectly. I am like very happy with that. It could have gone just a tad lower, but I'm pretty good with that. So now I can just go around and figure out where I want what, and hot glue these on, and you can move the cord wherever you want. Like you can like twist it and make it go in whatever direction is what I was meaning by that. And so I'm just gonna kind of go around dangling these off, popping a tiny bit of scotch tape on the top of them to hold them while they're adhering with that hot glue, and making them look amazing. So, and then the extra cording, you can also get off all the hot glue strings, all the jinkiness from putting those bows on. You can also cut the cord off too. And so this one I think could go down just a bit. I think that one could go down just a hair. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that on. And a little scotch tape. And then if I feel like my cord is going to be in the way, I can just nip that off real quick. Well, okay, maybe I could do it a little bit cleaner than that. There we go. And we'll do this one a bit. I think these scissors are getting a little bit worn out. Okay, yeah. Trying to keep that as clean as possible so it sits flat on the roof. Okay, so then this one. Yeah, the more like varying in lengths they are, the like funner it is as well. And then you want to twist them to where they're all kind of like looking out and not necessarily on the side like that. You do want them to have a little bit to be pointed towards the out exterior, so that way you can see them. So I'm going to do that. Pop a little tape on the top. Be careful because it's still hot. That hot glue is still warm. And then last but not least, woohoo! Maybe this one could go up just a bit for a bit of interest, huh? Like so. And then we'll nip that one off, and that'll be super fun. Little scotch tape. And being careful of the hot glue. And bada bing, bada boom, there we are. Right? That is pretty easy and pretty fun, right? That was pretty simple. So now what we need to do is we need to glue this to the interior of our box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this like this. I'm going to hold this like this. I'm going to pop some glue around the edge. But the thing is if you don't go all the way to the edge on this, it's not that big of a deal. And then what you want to do is after you get the glue on, you want to be holding all these, and then you want to get this in the center as much as possible. Yeah. And then if it's where you like it, because you can still move it, it's hot glue. It's definitely movable. Just give it a bit of a press. And then hopefully all of your ornaments are not adhered to the top of the box. And that looks pretty good. I think we got it. So what you can do from here now is, see how pretty that is down there? That looks really good, huh? It's all nice and decorated there. And what you can do now is, this isn't necessarily like how these are going to be, because you can actually twist these a bit, and you can shift them. You can like move them over and stuff. You can move them over and then twist them on the bit of a circle, since we didn't go all the way out. So they are adjustable a little bit. So let's put the lid on and see what that looks like. Like so, right? Let's see. Let's tilt you guys a bit. And then right, that is pretty sweet, right? I'm thinking I'm loving, I think I'm loving where all of these actually ended up. All these ended up in the box, I think is pretty fantastic. I think that is, yeah, that's actually pretty sweet. I think I'm gonna do mine like, let's see, what do I want to see? What do I want to see? It kind of all just depends on what you want to see first. And so I can twist them and stuff, like so. Actually, I think this is my favorite side, is this one. I think I'm gonna keep that as my front. I think that's my favorite. Like, right, that's pretty good. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick my favorite side of the bow, which I think that's gonna be my favorite side of the bow. And so what I'm gonna do is add just a, oh, maybe I'll clean it off a little bit. Maybe we'll do a tiny bit of housekeeping here. I promise I'm not that big of a slob at home. I'm usually pretty neat about these things, but must be because I'm in a hurry. Shh, don't tell Santa. Okay, so here we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to poke down in the center. Oh, I'm going to make sure I'm centered, and then poke it down in the center, making sure that it's getting stuck down pretty good. But I don't want to mess the bow up. I want it to stay nice and puffy, so I'm just using the tip of that bone folder to press it down onto the top. And I think that is going to do it just perfect. And this is pretty fun, right? Okay, so let's see where our light ended up in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and sneak my finger back there and turn it on. Right? That is pretty darn fun. Wait. Right? That is pretty sweet, isn't it? You get all those gorgeous ornaments and stuff in there, and I think that is pretty darn fun. What do you guys? Here, let's turn off the big light. Oh, whoops! I'm not sure what that was. Oh, I think it's my paint. But right, isn't that pretty fun? That is pretty darn fun. If I don't say so myself, I think that is pretty cute. And yeah, like it's super fun. Like New Year's project, right? That is pretty cool. So there it is. That's the project. And not too bad. Couple of hours. And I mean, if you're playing around and you're pretty much ready for the holidays, I mean, it is something fun you could work on, whether you make it for Christmas or you make it for New Year's. And it would definitely, you could hang a tag off of there, like a gift tag. Let's see. Let me see if I can get something that would go with that. I had to pull the shades. It like turned dark outside. But you could hang a gift tag off that. I don't know if I don't know if you put off the front or I don't know. But you could do something that's kind of big. Maybe a stocking one. Something smaller. Some smaller one, but I don't know. You could do something there. And it's like could either be a way to give a gift card that you made something for someone, like I was saying. Like the person who has everything or can buy whatever it is that they actually want, or you could make this as a a hostess gift. And it's just something fun that they would get a kick out of, right? So you go into a New Year's party or something like that, and you could take it and like a super fun hostess gift, right? That is pretty stinking cute, right? And but anyhow, there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments, and which one's your favorite, whether you like the Christmas one, the Christmas one, or the New Year's one. And right, did you guys think it was fairly simple? Like, and what do you think of those bows? Aren't those bows great? Those are just a hoot, aren't they? Yeah, so or would you make it with the regular like Christmas ornaments? Like which one did you like better there too? So, but anyways, that's it. That's all I got today. And yeah, I just want to say wish everybody if I don't see you before, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I want to thank you so much for hanging out. And until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye bye.